All right, so today for the Youth Unplugged Parent Spotlight, we have Jenny in Lafayette, Colorado. So thank you so much for doing this, Jenny. Appreciate it.
Sure, it's nice to be here.
Yeah, so, part of this process is kind of commiserating on how difficult it is as parents during a pandemic. So you want to share some of the struggles you've been experiencing that we can all probably relate to?
Absolutely. So my two daughters are almost 12 and then 9.5. And so some of the struggles have been that they definitely miss their friends and they miss that social aspect. As a family with two working parents, our girls have been in daycare from essentially, 3 months old. Carys, our younger daughter, will leave the house at 7:30 in the morning, and often we don't get her home till after 6 o'clock. So she's with other kids all day, every day. And so I think it's been a huge adjustment for her. She's pretty social, to just being with us. And she loves being at home, but she's definitely a little bit more of the extrovert. So trying to figure out how to keep her connected. We originally set up a couple of like Zoom or Google Hangout chats with some of her friends
Yeah.
over our account so that she could do her schoolwork with friends.
Oh, nice.
Some things like that is what we did at first. Now that things are kind of opening up a little bit, we've met some friends at the park a couple of times just to like say, hey, let's ride bikes around the lake together. And that I think has been helpful for her. And then I think just like not going anywhere. We're a family that travels a decent amount. We had to cancel some ski trips. We had to cancel some vacations to go camping and some other things. And just being at home without, well, we also, all four of us still play soccer. So we have a lot of soccer that usually fills our days and our weekends. And it was a big adjustment at first to have weekends with nothing planned. Like, what do we do with ourselves?
Mhm.
So that was also an adjustment for us, I think, just getting used to being at home all the time and not being so busy. But, I feel like we've gotten used to that now. It's been long enough, but
Yeah.
it's definitely been an adjustment.
And part of those trips, are used to, recharge your batteries and practice self-care. And, they're good for our just mental health. And so, yeah, being without those, has been tough.
Yeah, definitely. It was an adjustment for sure. Like, how do we do that now that we're just at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jenny, what have been your successes? What have you found that what resources have you found to really kind of help you out during this unique 2020?
Well, I know that you've already heard about Outschool, but my older daughter's doing a Harry Potter cooking class through that meets weekly. She's making all of the overly sweet
That
things and
is
she
so
loves it.
awesome.
So we are plied with desserts weekly. It means she gets more sweets than I would ever normally buy or allow in the house. So she's loving that. But one of the next things is it's giving her confidence in the kitchen. So like she's never really been one to help me cook a lot. And now she's like wanting to learn how to make spaghetti by herself and things like that. So
That
that's
is
been a
great.
nice thing. Our younger daughter is more of like an engineer builder kind of kid. And so we actually, KiwiCo is another one of those companies that does subscription boxes.
Oh,
They used to be called Kiwi Crate. And when Sophie was little, we did the monthly subscription with Kiwi Crate and did all sorts of really cool crafts. And then we stopped doing that for a while, and they've now grown their company and actually have lots of different age groups up through like preteens, I would say. And they're doing even like a camp, and it's similar to all those other subscription ones where they send you a box of stuff and instructions on how to build it or whatever.
oh, nice.
And so for Carys, they have a Tinker Crate, and it's kind of all engineering things. And so we signed up for the Tinker Camp, I think is what it was called, and we bought the 5 boxes or crates. And rather than having her do them all at once, because it's just a self-guided activity, we're spreading it out over multiple weeks. But they've got online videos. It comes with content that are like workbooks. She just
So
did
the
one
stuff
about
in the boxes
robots.
that she uses to like build certain
Yeah,
things.
so it's a crate, like a shoebox size that has all of the things that she needs to build. She built a walking robot. So
Hey,
one week she learned all about robots and watched videos about robots, and then she built one. And then this week she did the hydraulic claw. So she watched videos about hydraulics and how machines work with hydraulics. And then she built a little hydraulic claw that has syringes where you are pushing water through the system and you're opening and closing like a
That is
paperboard
amazing.
kind of claw. So she actually still has a couple of those. She hasn't finished yet. But that's been great. And you can buy one crate at a time. You can sign up. They have some that are more travel oriented, but we went with the engineering one. And then another thing we've been doing is geocaching. So
Okay.
Sophie, my older daughter, had heard about the geocaching app from a friend and wanted to go bike riding and geocaching with a friend. So we downloaded that for her phone and mine. And then she could go geocaching and find these. And it's free and they're reasonably simple. There's one that she can't find. So she keeps going back to the same place to see if they can find it. And they haven't found it
Uh-huh.
yet. But they have them throughout the whole country. So it looks like you could pretty much download that anywhere. And it's something that you do outside and it's a fun kind of adventure. So we've found all the ones in our immediate vicinity. So now I kind of need to travel a little farther afield to
Uh-huh.
find some. And then another thing that our kids have gotten really into is kind of digital photography. We've been hiking a lot and spending a lot of time outside. They complain about the hiking part. So to distract them, I'm like, here's my phone. Go take some pictures of the flowers or whatever. And they've both gotten really into taking artistic photos.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're like laying on the ground, taking a picture of a little, you know, drop of water in a leaf or this
Uh-huh.
certain mushroom. And they want to print them out and hang them on their walls. We haven't quite gotten that far yet, but I'm like, absolutely, we could totally do that. So that's been another thing that they've been interested in, which has been really fun and also gets them outside taking
Mhm.
photos and looking at things differently.
That is
So
so
that's been a
cool.
good thing. Yeah. Just trying to find ways to do the things that we want to do, but keep them busy at the same time.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's
Yeah.
great. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jenny, thank you so much
Yeah.
for your
Absolutely.
time and for sharing some of these ideas and thoughts. I think they're things that, you know, I can see us as a family like doing a lot of these things starting
Uh-huh.
today. So I
Nice.
appreciate you sharing, and hopefully
Sure.
others will check these out as well.
Yeah. No problem.
All
Thanks.
right. Well, thanks again, Jenny. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny.
All right. Bye.
Bye.